Hi guys, hi. This is All In Ecoline Lifestyle. This is for educational purposes only because there is so much going on in the world, and I bet my bottom dollar, and it's a long ways to get to my bottom dollar, that you guys don't even know this is happening, guys, over in Europe because of the heat wave. So I ask that when you enter in, under the sound of my voice, please do subscribe, share, and leave a comment on what you think, okay? I'm not going to chitter chatter, so we're just going to get right into it. Please pay attention, all in Economic Lifestyle. Thank you.
An official Super El Nino warning. And this ain't just for America. This is worldwide. And now you see what's happening in Europe. You got 1,000 people dead from a heat wave. Temperatures raising higher than they ever seen before. Mind you, they're not used to those type of weathers. They're used to everything being much cooler than it is right now. They're not even used to having air conditioners because it doesn't get that hot there. But you see what happens when the norm starts to shift? You got people fighting in Europe to get air conditioners. You heard what I just said? They are fighting at different stores to buy air conditioners. Mind you, go down a rabbit hole. You'll see people were trampling, trying to fight over air conditioners. And the craziest part about all of this is the summer has just begun. This is only the beginning. 50 million people lost their life in 1877 because of an El Nino. 50 million people in 1877. I remember that. Did you guys remember that? Because it's a thing over in the UK, London, that it's very strict about them using AC units because they feel like they should be able to tough it out. So this is where the problem's coming in at. But let's continue so you guys can get it.
They will realize that as the hole in the ozone layer gets larger and larger, more and more sunlight is allowed to enter our environment, and more people who have pale faces are going to die of melanoma, which is a skin cancer that you get if you don't have enough melanin in your skin. Let me tell you, people of color are going to be very much in demand for reproduction in the future. Mark my words, you're laughing now, but you wait 20 years. You won't even have to wait 20 years because they're going to see that if they want their children, their grandchildren, and their great-grandchildren to survive, they're going to have some melanin in their skin. That's the way it's going to be.
You know, guys, this is new to me with this whole situation. Um, I've always had some type of knowledge of it, but it's just the hole is getting deeper, the rabbit hole on this. But this is just for educational purposes only. Hey, I learned, we learned together. So let's just continue.
To be. This is going to take care of itself.
Oh, white people are so cooked right now, and I mean this literally. This is what's happening over in Europe right now. Extreme heat wave that has taken thousands of people's lives, and they literally have no idea how to deal. Look, bananas are literally falling off of the peels. It's so hot. Tires are melting.
And guys, this is going on as we speak. This is in real time. Let's continue.
Cars are melting. You can fry eggs from the sun over there, and thousands of people are now dead. The air conditioning isn't working.
Look at all the chocolates, guys, that's melted in the store. Let's continue.
Systems are antiquated. Look at this. That's crazy. Meanwhile, over in China, they're playing the classic game of slip and slide, only they're doing it over buildings and streets and highways. I mean, they literally have a truck to cool down cars as they're driving. They even have street poles going across, cooling down the cars as they're driving. Why can't white people think of stuff like this? Only Asians would come up with such a simple solution to prevent cars from literally melting. White people, we are so doomed. It's crazy. I mean, I was literally scrolling through Kua.com. You know that place, the #1 place for you to get all of your world news at your fingertips and have an AI butler read it to you? Yeah. 2,000 people, 1,000 people in France, 1,000 people in Spain, dead on arrival because of this heat wave, because literally Europe has no idea how to deal with the sun. Maybe that's why everybody's white over there. My name is Mike Dean. You're watching the Daily Rumble. Follow along for more. Go to Kua.com to get all of your news at your fingertips.
People always love mocking British people because they are complaining about the heat wave. You clearly have no idea how 35 degrees
Listen to her really well, guys.
feels here. You have no idea.
Stop melting, please. I can't deal with this shit. Please make it stop. Please. I can't breathe. There's no air. Please, God, I'm begging you, please. Make it stop. Stop melting. Stop melting, please. I'm begging. In Europe. The last time something like this occurred in Europe was back in 1877, where over 50 million people lost their lives due to an El Nino and a massive heat wave as well. And right now in 2026, we have over 1,000 people that have already lost their lives due to this record-breaking heat in Europe. And once again, the summer has just begun in Europe. So once again, let's pray that this heat breaks soon and they can get some type of relief. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. And as always, I'd love to hear from you.
British people during the heat wave is something to be studied, because tell me why. I tell my British boyfriend that I am of heat. I'm about to get a freaking
Pay
heat stroke.
attention.
I am parked outside of my house with my 2 dogs because I cannot take the heat in the house. Also, I decided that today was going to be the day that I was going to go for a walk, clean the house. Like, I am going through it. And tell me why I tell this guy that I'm going to go get an air conditioning for the house. And he's like, toughen it up. Toughen it up? Bitch, I'll toughen it up when like something real happens and I don't have any option to fix the situation. But why would I toughen it up when I can go get a portable AC and go horizontal in my bedroom, feel crisp as a cucumber? I do not understand that. But for British people, it is imperative to be tough. They don't understand that you can actually have comfort. For them, it's more of a matter of being strong enough to go through it. And as someone who moved from Florida, lastly, to the UK, I am used to having AC when the weather is like this. Like this and no AC is something that I do not understand.
And I do live in Florida, so I understand where she's coming from, guys. But this is just insane. I've never heard anything like this. And also, remember she said she was sitting in her car, right? You will get ticketed or this large fine if your car is not in motion. You just cannot go in your driveway and crank your car to cool off. I don't know. It's just a law that they put in place over there. Let's continue.
Like, there are people putting chunks of ice in foam coolers with pipes coming out and a fan behind to blow cold air into their bedroom. All of that to not get an air car. They do everything they can to not get an air conditioning, but everybody complains about the same heat during the summer in the UK. Make that make sense.
You seriously need to stop telling British people or people who live in the UK to just buy AC. The heat is not that bad. Because if you live in the Middle East, if you live in Asia, or God forbid,
Pay attention to what she says.
America, where your societies are actually built for heat, you have no idea how detrimental it would be if everyone in the UK right now was just to go out and buy AC. You have no idea what you are talking about. You see, what's not clocking to you, and if you have more than one brain cell, you should be able to follow, but most people who live in this country live in houses made out of red brick and cement. Not wood and straw like it is in America, but we are living in houses made out of red brick and cement. Not normal brick, but red brick. Do you want to know what red bricks are used for? Red bricks are literally used for Italian ovens. Red brick is literally used as a thermal buffer to trap heat into our homes, into a space. And that's followed by the majority of our homes having very small windows that are double insulated for that very reason, to trap heat. Now, everything that I just said is important, because if we were all to get AC and install it into our houses tomorrow, not only would that be detrimental and unsustainable for our power and energy grid as the tiny bumfuck country that we are, but it will also cost the average household hundreds, if not thousands of pounds. Money, by the way, that the average person in this country just, quite frankly, does not have. And mind you, the summer is supposed to be a cooling period for energy bills for a lot of us, because we're not supposed to be worrying about heating our homes like we do
I'm
in
having
the winter.
pizza for dinner, guys.
Now that luxury
Alkaline
is literally
style.
getting taken away from our hands. Current infrastructure that is currently implemented in the UK is actively working against the average person. It is not any of our faults as UK British citizens that you do not understand that as a foreign person. Okay, I hope that has cleared it up.
So it turns out that the Europeans are having a heat wave, and they ain't got no ACs. They running low on ACs. You want to know who they blame for not having no ACs? They blaming us, Americans. Us, because we got ACs.
Okay. I don't know what he means by that, but it's not that they're blaming us. It's got to do with the government rules and regulations concerning having AC units. But we're gonna skip over him because he's been a little bit belligerent. And let's continue.
Example, they have just had their hottest day on record on a national scale, along with over half of the country being placed on red alert and 135 absolute records being broken in a single day. Drowning deaths in the country have also soared to 40 in just 5 days. Over in the UK, temperatures hit 34.6 Celsius, ushering in a number of coping measures like reduced rail speeds, hospital patient appointments cancelled, school closures, and even hosepipe bans. A red health alert was even issued, indicating a risk to life even for the healthy population. Several people have also drowned in Germany over the weekend. Spain's National Weather Agency warned of serious, even extraordinary danger. And Italy's health ministry declared a red heat wave in at least 15 cities. The heat wave is expected to continue for many of these countries over the weekend.
And we're speaking currently, guys. This is what's going on now. Not just the Yankee Stadium's game or however it is, with no disrespect. But I bet a lot of you guys didn't know people were losing their life by the minute, the second, the hour over in London, England because of the heat, and they don't have any air. These things are very important, guys, because it's things like this that start wars. And if something jump off, you're not going to know what it is because you're too busy on the other side, respectfully. Let's continue.
Man, shut your...
Okay, it's not a secret that white people, we were not meant for the fucking sun. Like, we literally have no melanin in our skin, and melanin is what protects people from the sun. We don't have that, and so I burn very, very easily, like the majority of white people. Unfortunately, my skin is an asshole, and I had to have skin cancer removed when I was 17 years old, and I've had it removed 2 or 3 times since. I've got a gnarly scar on my back.
Wow. My heart goes out to her because, having to deal with that. Let's educate ourselves on the extent that they have to handle this. Like with suntan, we brown people, we don't really have to have it. I would say I do, and I do use it because I live in Florida. But I use the SPH lower count. But for someone like her, she would use the SPF higher count. Okay, so let's continue.
Back because of it. That was fucking scary. And because of that, I've always been ultra cautious in the sun. Whenever I go to the beach, I live in Florida, so we love the beach. We have a tarp and umbrellas and a shitload of sunscreen, and it is reapplied all day long, and I stay in the fucking shade unless I'm playing in the water, and I don't go out for more than a few minutes at a time because of my skin's sensitivity to the sun. So yesterday was Father's Day, and the kids and my husband and myself, we wanted to go family day at the beach. Perfect day, right? We go, and lately my skin has been burning easier than normal, which is crazy because it already burns ridiculously easy. But I'm under the umbrella. I am under the tarp all day long. I reapply the sunscreen. I reapply. And lately, it's just not doing anything. Nothing. Like, look at my fucking skin here. Okay, so here's my chest. Like, you can see how burned I am. And then, like, look at that. That shit hurts so fucking bad. And that is with being in the shade. And SPF 50 reapplied all day long. This is a direct effect of
And she's using the highest, pardon me guys, SPH that you could get for a suntan. Let's continue.
climate change. 125%. People didn't burn this easily before. And this is something that you can see in real time. This is unreal. Unreal.
So what to do?
Did you hear what she said, guys? In real time, like I always tell you, whenever I upload something, you best to believe it's going on literally at that moment, okay? So please do subscribe, take note, take precaution, and stay hydrated, okay? All in Ecoline Lifestyle, because what we want is for everybody to be healthy and safe and to make it home safely. Thank you.